Season 2 Reloaded just dropped, and here's everything you need to know about the changes within Warzone. For map changes, we had the research vessel being added as a mobile POI around Fortune's Keep. Basically, the go-to change made to a Warzone map is just to add a boat off the coast. This happened with Verdansk and Rebirth, but I think Rebirth got two, one by Control Center and one by the Nova 6 factory. This POI will have solid loot, a decontamination station, a UAV tower, and unique items that can be purchased from the buy station on board. The boat will move around for the first 2 minutes and then dock near a POI for the remainder of the match. Now moving over to Vondel, it'll be bringing Battle Royale to the smaller map and then launching a modified version of the Champions Quest or the new contract. The BR mode will have up to 72 players and depending on the week will change from trios or quad squad sizes. Victories on either Vondel or Urzikstan will count towards progress of the Champions Quest, but if you already completed it this season, it looks like you'll be getting the same rewards, unfortunately. Speaking of playlist update, here's what we got for the remainder of Season 2. For this week, Ranked Resurgence still on Fortune's Keep, Plunder quads on Urzikstan, and Battle Royale solos, duos, and quads on Big Map, with BR trios on Vondel debuting. For Resurgence, we have solos on Fortunes, duos on rotation around Urzikstan, trios on Vondel, and Ashika Island returns for quads this week. A bit all over the place for Resurgence, but decent variation at the cost of how many people are in your squad. We do have two new weapons, one being the SOA Subverter Battle Rifle that is set to have a low fire rate, but also a highest fire rate in this class, so should be interesting and meta contending probably. This will be unlocked by completing weekly challenges across multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. The other weapon is the Soul Render melee weapon that can be unlocked through the newly available sector via the Battle Pass. Moving over to weapon balancing, there was quite a lot. We will run through this pretty quick, so be ready to pause to read all the patch notes, or the link is down in the description. The MCW and the Holger 556 were buffed. The BP50 was nerfed, but probably still viable. The SVA was buffed, and the Ram 7 caught a nerf. For battle rifles, the MTZ 762 was nerfed. The Sidewinder got a buff though. Now for SMGs, the AMR 9 was balanced. The Ram 9 saw some adjustments to the barrels that seemed to be buffs to the short range ones and a nerf to the longer range one. The WSP got a buff, as well as the Rival 9 with its conversion kit, and then the PDSW or the P90 had its iron sights improved. For the Lockwood 680 shotgun, it got a nerf. With LMGs, the Bruin MK9 got a buff, and the Pulamyat or the PKM saw another nerf to its conversion kit loadout. For snipers, the XRK Stalker and the Cat AMR, the two one-shot snipers from MW3 got buffs to their ADS speed, while the SPX80 from MW2 saw a slight nerf. The pistol, specifically the Renetti and the Core 45, saw some buffs, where the Renetti with its conversion kit saw some damage increases, and the Core 45 with the conversion kit got a bullet velocity increase to round out the weapon changes. Moving to general fixes, we did get some audio improvements. Ascenders and parachute volume was boosted, the volume of someone being rezzed increased, and when the revive is finished, there's a new audio cue to make it more noticeable. There's also a different audio cue that can be heard if someone is rezzed by a medic vest now. Other changes, that a final kill cam was added to BR and Resurgence games, which why? It already takes too long to get into a new game if you are in the end game, but I guess we got that now. Also, stat tracking is now available in Resurgence. We have two new gear equipments being added with the return of the PDS or the Portable Decontamination Station from OG Warzone. This is the field upgrade that you can drop that will give you a bubble of safe space around the gas. It'll last a max of 15 seconds, but in the last two circles where it matters most, the duration gets lowered by 50%. The other gear is a Fortune's Keep unique new Killstreak called the Bunker Buster. There are plenty of towers and buildings that have players hiding throughout and on top with their snipers. Drop this penetrating gas-loaded missile that can blast through 3 floors and leave gas behind for 25 seconds. Alright, almost done. A couple of rapid fire changes coming. For Resurgence, most wanted contracts have been reduced to 3 minutes down from 4. So this is probably the fastest way to get your loadie if you and your team land, grab it, and start looting. Fortune's Keep saw a reduce of Killstreak spawns, so there will be less of a chance of being bombarded by precisions and mortars, and there's an increase to armor plates out of supply boxes. For Lethal, throwing knives had their damage reduced, so will only one shot to the head, but will still finish your downs. Frag grenades also saw damage nerfs. And lastly, for Ranked Resurgence, thermal optics have been restricted, so cannot be used. There were also some SR changes to the placement points at the end of the match to this now. In the blog that announced Ranked Resurgence, this is the placement SR that was mentioned, so not sure if I missed an update somewhere in between. And lastly, proximity chat has been disabled, so you can only communicate with your team now. But that about wraps it up for this video. If you learned anything new or you like my hoodie, let me know by hitting that like button. And if there's anything you like, dislike, or maybe something that I missed, let me know down in the comment section. I will keep you posted with these short info-based videos for Call of Duty with Warzone, Modern Warfare 3, and Warzone Mobile as we get closer to that launch. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay in the know. But above all, appreciate you hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one.